channel. So for today's video, as you can see, I'm pretty much barefaced and my hair is back, which means we're doing a testing video. Today I am going to be putting Prettylittlething makeup to the test, and this has been so requested on my channel. Everybody has wanted me to do this as I'm a sucker for Prettylittlething clothes, so I thought I want to try their makeup. I have got some of their brushes and 2 of their palettes to try out for you guys today, so I really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please smash a huge thumbs up and let's get into the video. First of all, I know, look at my hair, it looks quite cute actually. I feel like I look really young, and this is how I had my hair for Coachella day 1, but I do really like it. I've just like Dutch braid the top. I don't know, I thought it looked quite cute. I've also got on my base makeup already, so I've got on my primer, foundation, concealer and powder and brows, because Prettylittlething don't actually do that makeup yet. So to test out for you guys, I've got their contour, highlight, blush, eyeshadow and lip products, because they don't do any base products yet. I'm just going to get straight into it because I'm very excited, but I have just realised I don't have a contour brush, so 2 seconds. So to start off this video, I am going to be testing this palette here, which is the Prettylittlething Get Cheeky Face Compact Kit, and it comes with 2 bronzers, a blusher and a highlight. Now this was only £10, I want to say, yeah, it was £10. It's got this holographic packaging and it's got the unicorns on it, and then it says Prettylittlething in the middle. This is very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild packaging. It's holographic and the shape is very similar to a lot of the Anastasia highlight palettes as well, but I really like it. I think it looks really pretty. It doesn't necessarily feel cheap. I think it would scratch very easily, but it doesn't feel cheap. And then when you open it up inside, you have a mirror, which is something that a lot of highlighting palettes don't have, and this is something that I really like about this palette, because it means I could do all my makeup in this mirror. And then we have got the product here, so I'm just going to lift the plastic film off. Oh, it's actually taped down. There we go. Oh my god, I just kind of scratched them all. So we've got 2 bronzers here. This one is a little bit darker than this one. We've got a highlight and a blush. So I think I'm going to try first of all this bronzer, and then obviously if it's not dark enough then we can go in with this one. But by the looks of it, the pans are very big, especially for the bronzers, and they look quite deep as well. If they're as deep as this palette, that's really good value. So I'm going to be taking my Morphe E4 brush, which is my usual contour brush, because I didn't actually get any of the face brushes from Prettylittlething. I didn't know how good they were going to be, so I decided to get their eye brushes instead. So I'm just going to use this, but it is clean, so we've got no products on it at all. So I'm just going to dab it into this contour here. There's a lot of fallout. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's kind of just spread all on the palette, and when I dab that, yeah, it kind of like flings off. It's pigmented. First impression, it's actually not that bad. It's blending really nicely and it's a really nice colour, but I feel like it looks quite chalky on my skin. Maybe I need to keep on blending it just to see what it looks like, but to be fair, it's actually quite a nice colour. It's going a little bit patchy in some areas. I feel like it's one of those products that as soon as you put it onto your skin, you need to blend it straight away, else it will stick. I feel like it's that type of contour, but it's a really nice colour. I'm then just going to go in on my forehead. Actually, I really like this. The only thing I'm struggling a little bit is with blending it up into my hairline. It's blending on my skin fine, but getting to the hairline I'm a little bit struggling with. As you can see, it needs a lot of blending with a different brush as well, because here it's all kind of patched together. I didn't actually put that much on, but it's all patched together, so I need to get a clean brush that hasn't got any product on, and I need to just blend it completely out. Now I've gone over with a complete clean brush. It doesn't look nowhere near as bad. I blended it out. I think that's what it needed. It needed a lot of blending out because it is so pigmented that a lot of it kind of spreads very easily. I just had a look in the sun and it actually does look really nice. It just looks like I'm really bronzed. Like, it doesn't look like a natural bronze. It looks like I'm really bronzed, but I'm kind of feeling that, especially if I was doing like a full night glam type of look. I actually think that it does look really pretty. We are now going to go in with the blush shade here, and I'm just going to dab my brush into it. Going by anything, it's going to be quite pigmented, so I'm not going to put too much on my brush, and then just dab it onto my cheeks. Again, this is a really nice colour, just a really pretty natural flush. It does have shimmer to it, and if I had choice, I'd probably choose a matte blush, just because I do like to add shimmer just with highlight, but it's a really nice colour, and that's just added a nice little flush back to my cheeks. Now finally, I'm going to go in with the highlight shade. Again, I'm hoping this is going to be as pigmented. The only thing I want to say is it does have a lot of fallout, this palette, but it's nothing that can't be coped with. Oh girl, that highlight is good. Like, that's good. Because I'm so fair, this is such a nice white toned highlight. Like, if it was gold toned or yellow toned, it would not suit my skin, but wow, this highlight is blinding. Like, I'm only dabbing it on my skin as well. If I really built this up, we could be like glowing. I'm gonna add it to the end of my nose because, oh my god, see, look, one look and it looks good already. That highlight is probably one of the best highlighters I've ever tried in my life, and I really wish they offered it in more shades because this palette only comes in one shade. Like, I couldn't pick light, medium or dark. So if they could release a highlighter palette, if they don't, actually I think they do have a highlighter palette already actually, so I take that back because the highlighters are amazing and I wish I had more. I actually think I'm going to order some more. So that is the base of my makeup done. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really pretty. I think it looks quite natural and fluttery. So now I'm going to go in with this big palette here, which I'm very excited for, and this is called the Full Works Ultimate Face Palette. Now this actually does include a bronze, blush and highlight, but I wanted to just buy a separate palette. But this blush in here is actually matte and the highlight is actually gold toned. And this also includes 40 different eyeshadows and a load of lip glosses. How many lip glosses have we got? We've got 20 lip glosses. So these are all the eyeshadows here and these are all the lip glosses. So as you can see, it's just a massive book of makeup. This retails at £15, and if it's anything to go by the pigmentation of those, I think this is going to be really good. You've also got some brushes here. You've got the flat-headed padded brushes and some lip brushes, but personally I'm not going to use those. I actually really think that they can ruin the quality of the product, so I'd much rather use my brushes and then just use the Prettylittlething product. So we'll go to this side in a minute, but we're first of all going to go to the eyeshadow side and do my eyes. Now, first impressions, the colours are quite mismatchy and a lot of them are brown. You've got your greens, there's some purples, some yellows, but the majority of them are either matte brown or gold shimmer, and I didn't really want to do a matte brown and gold, so I'm thinking we're going to do a matte brown and yellow. I've never done yellow eyeshadow before, so this is going to be a first, but I'm thinking let's do a yellow halo eye with brown. I mean, it might look disgusting, but then it could look really good. And you know, we're not necessarily creating a let's go out in the day and go shopping look. We could be creating a full glam look or just playing with makeup look. So I'm not saying this is necessarily a look I'd wear out, it's just something that I'm going to try and recreate. So I'm going to use this yellow here. I'll probably end up using this gold, this peach, these browns here, but yeah, it looks really good on first impression. I'm just going to grab the mirror from the contour palette and use this to do my makeup with. So I've got 3 different Real Techniques eyeshadow brushes here. These are my favourite eyeshadow brushes, so I think I'm just going to take this one here, which is the medium shadow brush, and first of all I'm going to go in with the yellow and use this as a base shade and just pack this all on my lid. Okay, so I've put the yellow on and you can't actually see it yet. I think you need to build this colour up quite a lot before you're able to see it. The colour's coming through more now. It's kind of gone a bit orangey. Maybe that's because of some of the residue on the brush, I don't know, but the colour is coming through and it does actually look really pretty. The only thing is, it is a full shimmer shade. It's not matte at all, and this shade preferably would have been matte for the look that I'm doing, but oh well, that's fine. I've never wore yellow eyeshadow in my life, so I really don't know what to expect with this look. That's the yellow on. I don't actually know how well you guys can see it, but the yellow is on. I can see it in real life and it looks really good. Now I'm going to go in with a brown shade, but I don't want to go in too dark, so I'm thinking I'm going to go in with this shade and then we can just slowly and surely build it up. Matte shades tend to be more pigmented than shimmer shades anyway, so maybe this will be more pigmented. That darker brown is so much better. It's not as dark as it looks in the palette, which I'm quite grateful for at the moment, because if it was, I think it would kind of ruin the look. But I'm just going to blend this all along, not covering the yellow, but going right in my inner corner, right to my outer corner. I can't really blend it into the yellow that well, like it's got quite of a harsh line. As you guys can see, I'm adding the brown on, and there is a bit of a harsh line between the brown and the yellow kind of has disappeared, so I think I am going to have to go in and add more because I really want the yellow to be seen. I don't want this just to be another brown eyeshadow look, but the brown is really pigmented, but the yellow's not as pigmented now I've put the brown on top of it. Now I'm going to take the darkest brown in the palette, which actually, is that the one I've already been using? Now I'm going to take the same brown but pack this in to the inner corner and the outer corner, leaving a gap in the middle where I can add the yellow and the gold. These eyeshadows do have quite a bit of fallout, but luckily it does kind of just brush away. It's not too hard to get rid of. All the fallout is brushed away and it actually does look okay, so I'm going to go back in with the yellow shade and try and pack this as much as physically possible in the middle of my eye. I've done that, and as you can see, it doesn't really look yellow, it looks more peach, but at least I've actually managed to add the colour on top of the brown, which I really didn't think I'd be able to do. I'm just going to carry on building that up adding the yellow on top to make it as pigmented as I possibly can. I'm then just going to take the smallest brush and I'm going to try and add a bit of a glitter shade. So there's several different glitter shades in this palette. There's a really nice goldy bronze one, which I think is the one I'm going to go for. It's this one in the corner up here, and then I'm going to mix it with this really light pretty gold. So we're having a little bit of an issue because the colours just aren't really blending that well. I'm going to go away, I'm going to blend them a little bit more, put some lashes on and see what I can do to save it. But it's just really hard because the darker colours are a lot more pigmented than the lighter colours. So I'm honestly going to see what I can do to save this, and then I can talk you guys through it. But at the moment there's not much I can do because the colours are so pastel and they're not so vibrant. But that's not a bad thing at all, but they're just very pastel and not as vibrant as I thought they were going to be. I have figured out a way to fix it. I've done it on this eye here. I've decided to add concealer, and then that fixes it perfectly because honestly it just looked too messy. So as you can see, I've done lashes, I've done liner, and now I'm going to show you how I did this with the concealer. All I did was take my collection concealer, and I've got my brush here. Get a little bit on your brush, and then in the middle of your eye just dab it on, and then I look up and that creates a line for me so I can follow my natural line. And then all you're going to do is take a flat brush and you're just going to follow that line around in the middle, and you're just going to blend it. Once you've done that, you just want to take the brush with the brown eyeshadow on and then just dab it either side, just so it blends a little bit over the concealer but you've still got the halo eye going on. And then there you go, as simple as that. I've done myself a mini halo eye. Now I was going to put eyeshadow on top of the concealer, but I don't really want to risk it going wrong again. So actually, I'm not going to lie, if you can do a little technique by adding concealer or adding glitter on top of the eyeshadows are really good. But if you were going to use them alone, I personally wouldn't try and do any abstract or kind of really in detail looks. I feel like they're more eyeshadows if you're doing a very basic look. The actual eyeshadows are great, it's just I don't think the colours blend very well, and I think you're going to have to do quite basic looks. So if you're looking for a basic starting out palette, I think that's the palette. Now it is time for lips. So I don't really know what lip colour to go for. I'm just going to rip the plastic off this part of the palette as well, and we've got 20 different lip colours here to go for. They're all lip glosses, and I never use lip glosses, so I have no idea what to expect. I don't know if that just hit the lens or if that just hit the screen, but okay, my lip brush is gone. I've just realised before I go into lips, I just want to add some eyeshadow underneath my eye. So I'm just going to quickly take that brown and I'm just going to drag it on the outer corner underneath my eye before I add some mascara, just to blend the lashes in. And then I'm just going to blend my lashes in with the mascara really quickly, just so they look more big and more bold, and then add some bottom lash mascara. Back to the lip palette. Now I think I'm going to go for the nudist colour in here. Oh no, actually that colour's really, really nice. I'm going to go with this colour here. I don't really know, I've never really applied like flat packaged lip gloss before. Is that even what you call it? Pan lip gloss? I don't know. The colours all kind of like are mixing together the same for me. Like they're not really that pigmented. They're really smooth and glossy when you get them on your brush, but when you put them onto your lips they don't really spread that well. The brown colour, it looks more pink, but this is the colour I'm going to go for because this is the most pigmented. But I've just never really been a fan of this type of lip gloss anyway. I much prefer matte lips. So everybody, this is the finished look. Overall, I mean, I'm not going to say it's one of the nicest makeup looks that I've ever done, because personally I'm not a massive fan of the colours that I picked out. But at the same time, it really doesn't look awful, and I feel like the base makeup, like the contour, the blush, the highlight, that was amazing. I really, really loved that. The lips, I'm not too sure on. I just prefer personally normal lip glosses and normal lipsticks. That just makes it easier for me. Eyeshadow wise, I feel like the concealer actually saved it. I feel like if we didn't have the concealer, it would look very messy and it would look nowhere near as good. But I'm not going to slate the product though, because I feel like it's a really good palette to have if you're starting out on makeup and you're on a bit of a budget, because for £15 for all of this is amazing. And obviously this was £10, but you get it all in this little book here. So realistically, for £15, I really don't think I've created a bad makeup look, and I'm actually going to give this a hit. But as I said, it's not all about like the vibrancy of this palette, it's more about the neutrals and the pastel colours. So if that's the type of thing you're going for, that palette's amazing. So I really hope you guys guys have enjoyed watching. If you did, please smash a huge thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments of what you thought of this makeup and if you tried any of it out. I did also have some of the eyeshadow brushes here, which I actually forgot about. There's a really like a flat-headed one, there's an angled one, so I will probably use these in another first impressions tutorial. I just got carried away with my makeup brushes and then I kind of forgot I had them. Let's see if we can smash 10,000 likes on this video and I will do another testing makeup video of your guys' choice. But other than that, I love you all so much and I will see you on a Sunday at 10 AM for a brand new video.